Evening, YouTuber subscribers and friends alike. It's Grant coming at you from Miles City, Montana. It's October 13th, 2015. It's a Tuesday evening. I just got off of orientation for my first day at Walmart. This is take 3 of this video because on cue, when I started the last video, on the second attempt, I had 6 or 8 dogs. The church right there, bells ringing. The train crossing, yelling, with the horn blaring. And then, of course, all your straight pipes and people driving around with loud vehicles like you get a lot in Montana. And anyway, hopefully this video will be quiet enough. There's my Walmart gear. As you can see, proof that I'm working. It's for those people that don't believe I'm working. I originally signed up to overnights and then changed my mind. I wanted to go to 2 to 11s because of the ride availability. I know 3 or 4 people that work at Walmart in the evenings, and it would have been a lot easier to get rides both directions because you just work the same time they do. However, that didn't happen. They said I could change over possibly in 2 weeks to evenings, and by then that's when I would want to go back to overnights because I'd have my own place or something set up by then, couple paychecks in. The good news is I get paid for orientation day to day and Friday's first day of actual work on next week's paycheck, and we actually do get a paycheck next Friday, not this coming Friday but the next one. It won't be much, it'll be like 16 hours, but it won't be bad. They did offer me an incentive since I went in there bitching about trying to get back to evenings instead of overnights, and to keep me on overnights they offered me the incentive of going from $12.40 an hour to $13 an hour because they are doing other incentives for overnight people or something. As I was starting, and I might have that raised in 2 months anyway instead of the 3-month probation period, so they're thinking about just starting me off at 13 and not giving me a raise for 6 months or something, she said. However, it'd have 60 cents more in an hour to start off with, so I was happy with that. I don't know if it will happen or not. They have to ask their corporate office or some kind of thing like that, but I had fun at work today. The main reason I was making this video, it's not really anything to do with van life or van living or traveling or anything at the moment. It's just an update video for the people who said they missed my videos, or the people who want to have proof that I'm working at Walmart here in Miles City. And that's the best proof I can give you. It's right there, my name tag. I don't know if you can see it. You kind of can. This is the 3rd take of the video, so I'm getting kind of tired of talking to myself on camera, and I'm having some people watch me and look at me weird as I do it. So my house, or Travis's house, is right up there in the corner. The reason I wanted to switch off of overnights and onto evenings, like I said, is both for the rides. I would have a lot more rides in the evenings than I do overnight. And the fact that my buddy Travis that I'm staying with is babysitting not only one 1-year-old, but now he's going to pick up another 1-year-old and possibly a 3-year-old on top of it. And there's no way with 2 1-year-olds and a 3-year-old in the house talking to each other and crying and everything else that there's no way I'd be able to sleep during the day. It just wouldn't happen. But I'm gonna have to figure out something now because I stuck with overnights because they can't change me for 2 weeks anyway. They can't switch the schedule over much anyway for 2 weeks, so that's my choice, to just work there or not. So, and then the other reason, like I said, was because of the rides. I know more people I could take on the evenings, get a ride with, but I'm gonna try and solve that by going to the overnight on Friday night and asking the same people that I work with if they happen to be live down Montana Avenue or further across town than I do, and they could pick me up and I could, pay them gas. That's the one good thing about getting paid next week. They get me through this week, I can pay them a little bit on that Friday to keep on going. And, it gives me a reason to meet new people in Miles City that were overnight stalkers. Probably special people, I don't know. Sleep In Suites has a night auditor position open because the funny thing about it is we had a group of 6 people in orientation this morning, 6 of us new employees, one of which was the former night auditor for Sleep In, which is kind of funny that I checked on that this morning because I had a couple hours. I caught a ride to Walmart at 5:30 in the morning to get there at orientation at 8. So since I had a couple hours to kill, I went over to Sleep In Suites and talked to people that I knew from last time that was working there, and that's what they told me. So Sleep In Suites has a part-time or full-time night auditor, and they start out at 9. She said with my experience in the hotel industry, it would go to 10. And then then I said I would offer to fill in part-time on my days off of Walmart, since Walmart pays more, but only if they offer me 11. I'm not going to settle for less than 11 to do those other 2 nights off that I have a week, because I already have 40 hours from Walmart anyway. I don't really need another 16 from Sleep In. But I could do it, and I'd be able to do it like nothing, because I've worked at a Sleep In suites before. I know the computer system. It'd just be easy. Same Sleep In and suites, just a different location for it. The only other update I have is the traveler inside of me, the guy who doesn't want to stay put, has been pretty restless lately, but I've been calming that down by hanging out with lots of different friends. Like last night, we helped a friend of ours push a car 6 blocks across town because we couldn't find a tow rope or pickup, and then I only had to steer, so that wasn't so bad. Steer and somewhat push, and they were really pushing down the road, or I wouldn't have gone with that. I've been like, nah, let's wait till we get a tow rope in a truck. Geniuses. But it was fun though. It was exercise, something to do, to hang out with friends. We do all sorts of stupid crap up there, like up here, like bonfires and the works, just to have an excuse to hang out. Anyway, I've been killing time doing that, and then as for relationship wise, I was figuring the traveler inside me thinks, well, maybe I'll blame it on the kid. I'll meet the kid, won't like the idea of possibly staying, dating a chick that has a kid or whatever, as looking for an excuse out of it, I guess I would say. Not that I want to get out of it or anything, just the traveler inside me doesn't want to get tied up anywhere. We finally got together. We've been getting together about once a week because of her not feeling very good and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into it, but we finally got together for supper the other night, and she took a big step and introduced me to her kid, which she originally wasn't going to do because she didn't want, random strangers popping in and out of her kid's life, and making her kid all confused on who's all what, that kind of thing. But since we've known each other since 2008, she decided I'm not going anywhere, she's not going anywhere, so she would introduce me to her and see how it went. And I come to find out that she's a pretty well-mannered, adorable little girl. And that didn't help my cause any. Not that I'm trying to get out of it or anything, but yeah. I could see that kind of a life, maybe. I mean, even still with that. So, we'll see how it goes this winter. Give it a chance and see what happens. We're going really slow about that, and I'm taking my time with it because, again, I'm still at the half and half, trying to convince myself to stay here, go back into the whole not 9 to 5 life, overnight life, and working so I can have money because I'm tired of being broke, and then doing the whole dating thing and normal society type of thing. I have a tip or a hint on a possible $500 van, but I don't know if it'll still be there by the time I have the money to get it. And then I don't know how well it is or anything. I haven't checked it out or anything yet. Looks to be in good condition from the pictures and stuff, but body-wise and what it looks like. But that might be a possibility for a minivan for doing some city van drilling here and saving myself an apartment, being that I'm working overnight so I can sleep during the day. During the day in the wintertime will be warmer, obviously, than at night. And all I'd have to do was completely dark out the van, which is highly technically illegal, but if I did what I said I was going to try and do last time on the last video and made a sub box that you sleep in, I could potentially sleep in that during the daytime in the actual box, kind of like a coffin, so to speak. It wouldn't look like a coffin, but you know what I mean, like body-sized box. And that would completely seal out the sunlight and the heat, and the sun would heat the box enough even in colder winter temperature, like 34 degrees outside or 44 degrees outside, and with the sleeping bag or whatever, in daytime you don't have to worry about it as much. And I could just go sleep anywhere I wanted to in the minivan during the daytime, nice quiet in the van. I like it. And then daytime in the winter is obviously going to be better than trying to overnight someplace in the winter, and so I'd rather work overnight and sleep in the van during the day when it's warmer. So that'd be the figure on saving rent, and that's plan A. Plan B would be to stay where I'm at. Plan C would be to go across the hall in the same apartment that I'm at and rent that. And plan D would be to move in with a couple women that I know that are moving to an apartment closer to Walmart over there at Taco John's, but still I'm trying to weigh the cost of paying rent versus if I really want to pay rent or not, because of knowing that there's the option of staying in the van and making my own van on, city trailer minivan on wheels home again for the winter, which I may very well do since I'm working overnights. Anyway, this video is getting pretty long. It's going to take forever to upload it at almost 11 minutes, so that's the latest of my update. Mainly I did the video just to update you on and prove to you that, yeah, I am working now. Like and subscribe, leave comments, and we'll see what you say. Peace.